Welcome to the Explainer. So, you're building with Django. That's great. You're basically standing on the shoulders of a security giant. But are you actually using its full power? In this Explainer, we're going to cover the whole shebang, from Django's built-in shields to the absolute must-know deployment checklist that keeps your app safe out there in the wild.
Okay, but before we even touch a line of code, let's just stop and talk about why this really matters. I mean, web security isn't some abstract theoretical thing. No, it's a very real and frankly growing business risk. A single vulnerability, well, it can have absolutely devastating consequences.
I mean, the financial impact alone is staggering, and it's only getting worse. Take 2022, for example. The average cyber attack in the UK, it cost a business $28,000. Just let that sink in, and that's the average. In one extreme case over in Germany, a single attack cost one company over $3 million.
And you know what? That's just a tiny fraction of the bigger picture. If we zoom in on just one area, API insecurity, one report estimates that the potential global losses could hit a mind-blowing $75 billion every single year. So yeah, the threat is massive, and it is very, very real.
Okay, so the good news? If you're using Django, you've already got this powerful shield right from the get-go. Its famous batteries-included philosophy, well, that extends directly to security. That gives you an immediate, massive advantage against attackers.
Yeah, it's literally designed from the ground up to automatically handle so many of the most common and frankly dangerous web vulnerabilities right out of the box. It's protecting you before you've even written a single line of your own app's logic. That's pretty cool.
Let's take one of the oldest and honestly most dangerous threats on the web, SQL injection, right? This is the classic attack where some malicious actor tries to sneak in their own database commands through a web form, hoping to steal or just completely destroy your data. And this is where Django's genius really shines. Its ORM, the Object Relational Mapper, it automatically uses this thing called query parameterization. Now think of it like this. The database gets a super strict template for a command, right? And the user's input, that's treated like a completely separate, sealed envelope of data that can only fill in the blanks. It can't change the command itself, and that makes malicious injections, well, pretty much impossible.
All right, next up, another classic villain of the web, cross-site scripting, or XSS for short. The whole goal here is to trick your website into delivering malicious JavaScript that then runs in the browsers of your other totally unsuspecting users. Nasty stuff.
So, an attacker might try to slip a little something like this, script tag, into a comment box or a profile field, right? They're hoping your application will just save it and then render it as active, live code for the next person who comes along and views that page. But Django's template engine is smart. It totally anticipates this. By default, it automatically escapes all those dangerous characters. It basically defangs them, turning them into harmless text. So the browser just displays the script as plain text instead of running it. And just like that, the attack is completely neutralized. Gone.
Okay, so we've established that Django's walls are strong, right? It's like a fortress. But here's the thing. You are the gatekeeper. All those amazing framework protections, they mean absolutely nothing if you leave the gates wide open. Your deployment configuration is absolutely 100% critical. And your first line of defense before you even think about going live, it's a built-in tool. Just run manage.py check-deploy. This thing automatically scans your settings for the most common and most dangerous production mistakes. Seriously, use it.
Now, I need to be crystal clear about this next one because it's probably the single most critical mistake you can possibly make. Ready? Never, and I mean ever, set debug equals true in a production environment. It's just a massive gaping security hole.
See, when an error happens and debug mode is on, Django spits out this super detailed traceback page. And while that's helpful for you during development, for an attacker, it's a goldmine, a treasure trove. It reveals chunks of your code, your configuration, all the libraries you're using, everything.
Next up is your secret key. And look, this isn't just some random string of characters. It is the cryptographic foundation for really sensitive stuff like user sessions and password resets. If an attacker gets their hands on this key, they can forge information and potentially take over user accounts. That's why you must never hard-code it or commit it to your Git repository. Always load it securely from your environment.
Okay, another critical production setting, allowed hosts. Think of this as a security whitelist.
It tells Django exactly what domain names it's allowed to serve content for. Why does this matter? Well, it prevents a pretty clever trick called an HTTP host header attack. That's where an attacker could fool your app into generating malicious links, like password reset links, that point to their evil server instead of yours.
But here's the thing. Securing your app isn't just about the code you write. In today's world, you're also responsible for the security of your entire software supply chain. And what does that mean? It means all those third-party packages you're pulling in to get the job done.
Just think about this for a second. A 2022 report from Synopsys found that a typical application's codebase is almost 80% open source. That means the vast majority of the code you're deploying wasn't even written by your team. You've inherited it. And guess what? You've also inherited all of its potential vulnerabilities.
And this heavy reliance on external packages creates all these new, really sophisticated ways for attackers to get in. One of them is called dependency confusion. It's where an attacker can actually trick your build system into downloading their malicious package instead of your private internal one. And just like that, they have a foothold inside your infrastructure.
And this is a serious threat. It's hit major companies. So to fight back, we can actually learn from the really solid strategies that these companies have developed, like the multi-step approach that teams at Twilio pioneered.
So what's the core strategy? It's all about eliminating ambiguity. You have to create a crystal clear separation between your internal packages and the public ones. This usually involves a really strict naming scheme and, this is crucial, using an internal package server as the one and only source of truth. Your production servers, they should be completely blocked from ever reaching out to public registries like PyPA directly.
All right, so let's boil all of this down. What are the absolute key takeaways you need to walk away with to keep your Django application locked down and secure?
Okay, first, trust Django's built-in protections. Things like its ORM and template engine, they do the heavy lifting for you against common attacks. Second, and I can't say this enough, always set debug to false in production, and never, ever hardcode your secret key. And finally, you have to actively manage your dependencies, scan them for vulnerabilities, and put a strategy in place to prevent those supply chain attacks. It's all part of the job.
Which brings us to one last, really crucial idea. Security isn't just a checklist you finish when you launch. Deploying your app isn't the end of your security work. It's just the beginning. It's an ongoing process of being vigilant, of monitoring, and of maintenance that is, frankly, never really finished.